Howdy, folks. This is take two of the Thomas Henderson story. Um, I've always been a Cowboys fan. That's the only team I've ever liked ever since I was about 6, 7, 8 years old, whatever it was, probably closer to 7. And sorry about it. I don't like this afternoon sun, but hey, it is what it is. Um, see if I can try and prevent. What happens is I get reflection off the table, and I just recently found out that it's a glass table here, so I'm trying to adjust that. I don't like that. That's a little bit better. So Thomas Hollywood Henderson, uh, NFL linebacker. I think he was linebacker for like 13 years. So he's had his ups and downs. Um, he struggled with like substance abuse, got in some trouble with the law, did some things he shouldn't have done, and he went to prison. He was in prison for a while. He came out. He was all, he cleaned up his act, and the last I saw, he was sober for 36 years or something. I don't remember the exact time period. Excuse me, I have bad case of indigestion here lately. But when you guys get time, one of the greatest hits, oh Lord, this phone. One of the greatest hits in NFL football history I've ever seen in my entire life was the Houston Oilers were playing the Dallas Cowboys. Um, they would Houston would all often throw like a toss pitch right or left to Earl Campbell. Earl Campbell was a beast. I love that man, and he was stronger than woodpecker lips. So was Thomas Hollywood Henderson, and so they tossed to the left. Earl Campbell's running to the left. Hollywood Henderson's coming from the other direction. They hit head on, literally like two rams. Boom! And it was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. This shows you how tough those two fellas were. They both fell backwards. And, they probably got CTE from that collision, but that was one heck of an impact. I probably should have put my phone on airplane mode. Let's see if we can get through this without any interruption. Um, this is my second take on this. For some reason, my computer shut down, and I thought I was doing a pretty good episode previously, and then I realized, all right, G Money's talking to himself one more time. But so I really love Thomas Hollywood Henderson because he's had so many ups and downs in his career. Like he's been here, then he's been here, then he was here when he was in prison, got out, and what I'm going to tell you, the rest of his life has been pretty incredible. Thomas Hollywood Henderson wore number 56 for the Dallas Cowboys. I think he played for the Dolphins for a year. Just like I said before, tougher than woodpecker lips. And he's just amazing individual. Like his story is so unique and so incredible, and what he's done with his life since he's gotten out of prison is just amazing. But he did a lot of when he got out of prison. Like I had to link up previously, but basically he did a lot of raised a lot of money to improve the football fields where he grew up and stuff like that. I think he raised over like $300,000 when he first came out. We kind of like really did a campaign trying to give back. Realized he screwed up in life, and it's basically was just always trying to give back. I'm trying to remember the exact sequence of events. I think he had like a small ranch, or I don't remember if he bought it after, but Thomas Hollywood Henderson hit the lottery twice. So, as I tried to state earlier in my first cut of this that apparently failed, I thought he had originally won the Texas State Lottery for $50 million. I think I was incorrect on that. Looking back, it says he hit the Texas State Lottery for 28 million. I'm assuming that was before taxes. And then 10 years later, he once again hit the Texas lottery for $50,000. So he's been kind of very fortunate in his life, fortunate, and unfortunately he kind of, that old saying I love to say is, you plant corn, you get corn. But fortunately, his curse is gone. I wish my curse would be gone, but it's not gone. But I love following him on Facebook because he's always posting stuff almost every day. He's very inspirational, and he shoots it to you real. So I would prefer to look into this. I don't want to hold it up like this and block the camera. So I'll be looking down just a little bit as I read what he posted earlier today. This is probably, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half ago. He said, I was a witness to an execution by the state of Texas in Huntsville, Alabama. A friend asked me to write to her brother on death row. I did, and he and I exchanged letters over a few years. I put money on his books for canteen. The day came when his sentence was due. I was asked to attend by his sister and my friend. I did. The process was interesting. I went to a building across from the prison. Then I was walked to death row by guards, small room with a curtain. I sat there for a little while. Then the curtain was open. He was lying on his back on a hospital looking bed, restrained but unable to look at us, raised his head up and talked. He thanked me for the letters and commissary. Medication was released, and there was a small cough by him. My drag back to Austin was in disbelief at what I had witnessed. So that's Thomas Hollywood Henderson. I mean, look at his life, just, man, it's, how do you can look at that as your glass half full or half empty. He tried to give back to somebody who was in a bad situation that I don't know what the person did. It's not really stated, but he had been behind bars and tried to give back somewhat to help that individual just try and live as peacefully and comfortably as possible in a negative environment. So that's it. That's Thomas Hollywood Henderson's story, and I just wanted to share that. That's incredible, and he's worth a follow on Facebook. I love that guy. If you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, and you see how he turned his life around, you'll appreciate it too. Thanks for tuning in, and it's time for everybody